Hello guys and welcome to SteveKnows. Today we have lots of new game content, some sad news about the Quest headset, interesting metaverse developments and so much more, so let's get started. So some of you are likely aware already, but many may not be, but Contractors, an online multiplayer shooter, one of the best in the VR space, actually has recently had an update on the Quest to allow custom community-made content, so you can enjoy an increased amount of gaming options on your Quest headset. The Quest is often restrictive in this space, allowing PC to go crazy and enjoy the amazing work of our VR peers, but now Contractors is allowing that same flexibility on the Quest. And I've seen things like Call of Duty and Halo maps already. It's super exciting and a great reason to dive in again. If you like creating, not just consuming, and you want to get involved and make content there is a process where you'll need an Epic account and a GitHub account, but I will link that down below if you want to get involved and create something interesting. There is also a future update coming to allow this kind of modding process to make changes to game modes and weapons as well. So expect some crazy things when that happens because you're pretty much free to do what you want. I'm so happy for this prosumer move, and it's a game that's going to get the kind of credit and the love that it actually deserves, because Pavlov gets loads, but Contractors is fantastic as well, and it sometimes just goes under the radar. So a bunch of us have been waiting for a VR game called Green Hell. This is a survival game where you're among the foliage, hence the name Green Hell. But we've had delays, and recently we've got a new video that's just popped up showcasing the Quest 2 footage, so we can now see how this holds up against the PC version. It highlights the physics and the interactions of the game so well. But as expected, it has a very dulled texture palette. It looks like the priorities lied within the interactions and the abundance of making the world feel alive. There's small details all over the place in this, such as creases in the tent's fabric instead of just a block's box. There's leaves on the floor that move when you walk through them, there's great water simulations, there's some reflections on the weaponry and the objects. It looks really impressive to see this on the Oculus Quest the more I evaluate the footage. So we were told this game's going to be released early 2022, and the Quest footage being released right now makes me believe that they're not too far away. Hopefully it's not going to be that much longer and we can enjoy this amazing survival game that was a flat screen title and it's now coming to VR. Now I want to talk about a game that I did do a dedicated video on recently. It had a rebrand and it's available for free for you to play on PCVR and the Oculus Quest. It's called We Are One, and it's seriously one of the most engaging VR games that I've played in such a long time, and it's got a free prologue, and that has so much content there to keep you occupied. It might last you the entire weekend. Of course, not if you play all day. In this game, you complete puzzles where you have to eliminate all of the enemies. You will perform an action within a time limit, and then the action you've just performed will persist. You'll then spawn in another location and will have to collaborate with yourself, your past self, to complete the level. It's just so fantastic, so mentally stimulating and engaging. I love it. So if you want to check out the longer gameplay video, please go look at my channel, and if you want to play it, it's available on App Lab, SideQuest, and Steam. I haven't stopped thinking about this game since I played it, which is a great sign. I now want to touch on Zenith, as I put out a video on Zenith that was a very mixed bag of opinions, and that was expected. I said the game creates a divide in the VR space because it's very subjective. It's an MMO and it appeals to some people and it doesn't to some. It's like Marmite. But that is subjective. The stats, though, are very surprising. At its peak, this game reached 4,000 online players at once on Steam. These stats don't include the Quest platform, so please take that with a pinch of salt. And it may speak more to the expectations of PC VR gamers and how we operate. So it went from 4,000 peak players, but it's now operating at around 700 and averaging around 1,200 since its launch. So I am curious to see what's going to be done to try and bring people back. They do have a new class update coming, and I'd love to know why it is that you stopped playing or are still playing. What's gripping you and what's deterred you? Because we can provide feedback back to the developers to help them create a game that we want to play. The VR community is very close-knit, and we should have that relationship with the developers. Okay, this one I'm actually really sad about. I had an oddly emotional reaction to seeing this. So the Quest, the Oculus Quest, is no more, as the rebranding of the headset itself has now been advertised within Meta's latest Super Bowl advert. In it, we see the Quest headset with a Meta logo, where usually the Oculus name would be. So we had seen the website name change, we've seen references to the device change, and now the headset itself is going to change. Maybe the Oculus Store is next, even though they did say that the Oculus brand will remain as like a studio brand. So if you've got the old headset, keep hold of it. If you've got the Oculus branding, this may become a collector's item one day in a few decades, and at the very least it'll be a nice memory of VR days past. And although this is an advert and there's not an official Quest release or a news update from Meta talking about this, I am aware that Meta recently did a restock of their headset as I was trying to get another Quest. So could this be the case? Could that delay be for the new branding? I will let you know as soon as this device arrives, because it is on its way. Peaky Blinder fans are going to love this one, as a VR game was just announced and a teaser trailer release showing off the TV series as a VR experience. I've not personally seen the show, but I guess I will now, ready for this game's release. This is from Maze Theory, the studio that also brought us the Doctor Who experience. Seems like they have a sweet relationship with British broadcasting. And for those that don't know, this show is about British gangs in the 1920s, so you can grasp the aesthetic and the expected gameplay, at least the gameplay I hope is going to occur. As the teaser did not show this off, the voice acting of the cast will be the original lot, so you will enjoy that if you're a fan of the show, and I just hope this doesn't become a PG game. This should be action-packed and brutal, as the Doctor Who experience, it kind of felt very linear and not as engaging as you'd hope. So we'll see. Hopefully, maybe they've learned from their mistakes. We'll see. We have a new game coming to the Quest now from the developers of The Last Labyrinth. This is called A Tale of Orogona, a title with an anime art style, which personally I love in VR. So this is an action-adventure title that has been described as Japanese culture meets steampunk, which sounds pretty cool, and it even looks better than it sounds based off the trailer. So you'll complete puzzles and engage in combat against kami beasts with a partner, the priestess Haru. It's expected to arrive in spring of 2022, and the trailer genuinely looks really good. It has weaponry that seems to have special abilities for different combat styles and for solving puzzles. Also have beasts that remind me, or they could be boss fights, that remind me of Colossus. The more I watch the trailer, the more I am hyped to play this game. I love a good single player experience, and this seems to have everything that appeals to me in a title. I'm actually really excited for this. So a quick one now around Moss 2, as some screenshots have recently been released to show off the game on the PlayStation's blog site. You'll see the stunning environments Quill will have to explore, as they are now more abundant and incredibly stunning. It's definitely an update over the previous game, and I think even the colour palette has been slightly adjusted too. It looks more vibrant, and I wonder if that has anything to do with the PSVR 2's OLED display. They said to expect the game around spring 2022, which is when I thought the PlayStation VR 2 was going to be revealed, or at least pre-orders are going to be available. Not a fact, just a Steve prediction based on the drama and my knowledge. I just don't see the point in Sony pushing games for people to buy the PSVR 1 when we know the PSVR 2 is right around the corner. I get it being slightly earlier so people buy the game once and then they'll play it again on the next generation hardware. I just think it's coming early this year, or at least being revealed early this year. Population 1, the Battle Royale game of VR that is just so much fun, has had a new update for the Heartbreaker event. This is going to be on until the 22nd of February, since it's Valentine's Day and it's all about couples. A duos mode is also available for you to play in pairs, and because it's Valentine's Day, there are letters dotted around the map which you can find and grab, and if you post them, you'll get given a weapon to use in game, and the more love that you spread, the more letters that you post, the better the weapons become. There's also going to be unlockables such as player and weapon skins, which you are rewarded for posting lots of letters. It's such a super cute idea. I also love the renders that they posted of the imagery for some weapon skins. I almost kind of want to buy these in real life for some Pop 1 gaming memorabilia. I think it would be really quite cute to have that assault. So I saw this story and it made me laugh, and I needed it after I saw that the chicken Big Mac that they're serving at McDonald's in the UK at the moment, they've stopped it for being too popular. McDonald's wants to open up a metaverse restaurant and has already filed 10 trademark applications, so this thing seems like they actually want to push and go ahead with it. They want you to be able to visit a McDonald's in the metaverse and order real food that will be delivered to your home. And I see that kind of model being a huge thing with the metaverse actually, virtual stores that result in deliveries to your home, which is kind of cool because high streets are closing down and that social aspect of going out and shopping has declined massively. But if I can do that in VR with my friends who are spread out all across the country, that would be a great move. And they even plan to sell McNFTs, like that name, seriously. And I wonder if we're going to get NFTs or little toys in our Happy Meals, I wonder. It's just We also have more info on Apple's development for their VR and AR headset, since an iOS developer spotted some references to some packages inside the source code. They saw com.apple.platform.realityOS with what seems like some configuration. Comparing this with existing package structures for the Apple platform, where we have com.apple.platform.iPhoneOS and watchOS, this completely adheres to that structure. So I know some people don't like Apple, but I am excited for Apple's take on this platform. They are user experience professionals of industry. There was also references to things like RealityOS Simulator, where developers can start making content for the platform before the product is actually available, so you can simulate the headset and the hardware restrictions on a workstation. The developers that found this information have said that Apple did a forced push in their repository and believe they tried to hide this, and it becoming public was actually a mistake. Although we knew this was happening, they're trying to keep things confidential, I get it. I'm just really excited, and I want to see something already. Just a teaser, Apple, even if it's like an official render, just show me something. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope there was something here that piqued your interest, and you have a great week. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Happy gaming, guys. Good day!